piece is called Growing Up Teacher. When I was in high school, I wanted to be a physical education teacher. That's about the only courses I ever excelled in. So, but when I got to college, they had what was called adaptive physical education, which kind of combined special education and physical education. I mean, I don't know how I got out of junior high school, yet alone 2 masters. But anyway, I'm sitting in one of my academic classes, and the instructor's putting up a checklist. I mean, it's based on hyperactivity and attention deficit disorder, but, you know, and it talks about restlessness and jittery, and it's like, what phys ed teacher doesn't want to get up and run around? I mean, that's why we majored in phys ed, so we can carry on and be active, right? I go down the list, and then things start getting serious. Well, trouble spelling, you know, messy handwriting, struggle to express ideas in writing, trouble understanding jokes, comics, whatever. I mean, I never got poetry. But then it starts getting serious. And I start going, uh-oh, memory deficit in any or all types, impairing ability to store and retrieve information and carry out tasks. Executive functioning, planning, organizing, strategizing, attention to details, managing time and space. Dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia. I have it all. I'm learning disabled. I have learning disabilities. Well, that's what's been wrong with me all these years. Now I understand. When I was a baby, about 2 years old, my mother takes me to the doctor.
Doctor, what's wrong with my baby? I mean, she just sits there all day long.
Mrs. Yacker, there's nothing wrong with your baby.
But she just sits there with her head on her shoulders. And she does nothing. She just sits there. There's got to be something wrong. Her sister at 2.5 years old was climbing trees, and the other one didn't stop screaming.
Mrs. Yacker, you have a perfectly healthy baby. Leave her be. They didn't have early intervention in those days. Didn't even exist. When I was in kindergarten, do you remember prayers in school? They used to have prayers in school. So I'm in kindergarten.
God is good. I want my milk and cookies now. Could I have my milk and cookies now, please? Could I have my milk and cookies? I want my milk and cookies now.
Lolly, you know you have to say your prayers before you get to have a snack.
But I can't remember the prayers. Please, I want my milk and cookies now.
Okay, class, let's say our prayers again so Lolly can say it with us. Well, that was kindergarten. 3rd grade, I come home to the house, and my mother seems a little bit upset.
Lolly, your teacher called me, and she said you're running all over the place, you're not following the rules, you can't follow directions, and most of all, your handwriting, she says it's awful handwriting.
But Mom, I'm trying to get my L and my Y, and it's just, it's hard to do that.
Lolly, if you don't learn how to write well, nobody's going to understand what you have to say.
Well, the trouble didn't end there. In 4th grade, my best friend and I got into a fight in the hallway. So what does the teacher do? She picks me up by my head, bangs my head against the wall. I go running home thinking I'm going to fire her. I'm going to get her fired. Lo and behold, I get back to school, and what happens? I get a conduct sheet. 5th grade. Here's the report card.
Lolly, you got U's in almost anything. What's with you? Your sister's always getting excellence, and you're coming home and there's all these unsatisfactories on your card. What's with you?
Well, it's not like I'm not trying, Ma.
And worst of all, math. How could you get a U in math?
But I mean, the division is hard. I can't remember, when you're doing the lines and what goes what and carrying. It's hard for me.
Lolly, math isn't everything. You gotta know your math because there's nothing in this world that doesn't have math.
In 6th grade, all my friends were making language classes, SP classes, not me. Well, I had another chance at it, so I got home and I asked my mother, Ma, I want to be in a language class. What can I do because all my friends are in language classes and I want to be in a language class.
Read. That's the only way you'll get in. I mean, all your sisters make language classes. You have to read. What do I see you do? You're running around all day. You gotta read.
I did read. I did get into a language class, but the only way I think I got into the language class was because I guessed right on the multiple choice questions that they had. Anyway, how's high school? I look at my report card and I asked my high school teacher, how come I just got an 80 on my report card? And she says to me, well, Lolly, to tell you the truth, I mean, you're here all the time. You do answer all of the questions, but you're not getting above an 80 on the tests, and I just cannot give you a higher grade. You've got to do better on the tests in order to get a higher grade. Okay, I'll try.
Lolly, listen. You gotta go to college. Your sisters are in college. If you don't go to college, then you're nothing. You gotta be independent. You gotta be able to support yourself. And if you go to college, you're gonna have a career, you'll be able to support yourself. Your sisters are in college, you gotta go to college. Because if you don't go to college, then you're nothing.
Well, I did end up going to college. I did end up teaching. And I remember my first teaching experience. It was on the Lower East Side. It was with a group of K through 2. And they were called emotionally handicapped, emotionally disturbed at that time. And what happened is that the kids were running all over the room and they were totally out of control, really noisy. I grabbed the first thing that came to me, a stick. A T-square for that matter. And started yelling, this is not the way you behave! You cannot run around like this! You've got to follow the rules! You have to be able to do your classwork! Is that clear? Do you understand me? Dead silence. Okay, class, come on over. Circle time. Everybody, circle time. Meet Mr. Stick. All right, Mr. Stick. Yeah, you promised to behave.
Yes, Miss Yapper. And I'll do my schoolwork like you said, and I'll be good, and I won't run around anymore.
Okay, you promise. Oh, Charlie, you want to kiss Mr. Stick? Aww. David, you want to kiss Mr. Stick? Jose, you want to kiss Mr. Stick? Well, I didn't have any more problems with that class anymore. I discovered circle time, and I had a whole repertoire of puppets. But going back to my student teaching days, there was one particular individual that did influence me, and her name was Adele. And I knew, once I started working with Adele, I knew I was going to be a good teacher, and that was it.
Miss Yacker, why do the teachers think I'm retarded? They talk to me like I'm retarded. I like you. You are nice to me.
Adele, we're all people. And people do need to be treated with respect, and perhaps they just don't understand. Well, I did learn a lesson, and I have it in quotes here. With all my learning disabilities, I found ways to give other children with disabilities help. And also, you may never get over it, you learn to live with it. So.